Law department?
Hey, I needed to speak to one of the district attorneys, anyone that's available.
Okay, regarding what type of matter?
There is an illegal situation going on at the title of head clerk by one calling herself Monica Pollard. She is legally incompetent, and she is involved in fraud, and I needed to speak to one of the district attorneys about that.
Okay, what is your name?
I'm not able to give you that.
I'm not going to, no one is going to talk to you up here without a name. I could tell the attorneys what it's about, but without a name, they won't talk to you.
Okay, well, you can tell them this. The name that I used to use a year ago, it turned out that there's a copyright holder on it, and the attorneys at Vital Records will not give me permission to use that legal name in that birth certificate. So I don't have a name to give. If I gave you that name, I would be involved in fraud, and I'm not willing to break the law. Now, can I speak to one of the attorneys?
So you can't even use your driver's license?
It is illegal. In order to get a driver's license, it would require me to use a birth certificate for which I do not have written authority from an attorney to use. Yeah, it's illegal to use the birth certificate and the legal names thereon.
Okay, I wouldn't think that would be this case because you'd be able to get that from records proving that you, but certified from any...
No. No, actually, Vital. There's a corporation has a copyright on the birth certificate. Everything that the attorneys create within Vital Records, it's theirs. All I can get is a copy, but I can't even get a copy unless I get written permission from the attorneys that created that document. Because I'm not an attorney, I can't do legal stuff unless they give me permission to do stuff legally.
Oh, all right, because I can go to any, Wayne County and get a copy, of mine or my children's.
Now, hold on a second. Are you an attorney?
Nope.
Well, then you're committing fraud.
We have people come in here all the time. People come in to the clerk's office to get copies for their kids.
Yeah, well, what's happening there, ma'am, is there's a misrepresentation going on. You're like the child's name on the birth certificate. What's going on is you are misrepresenting yourself as being that child, when in fact that's a legal fiction created by attorneys at Vital Records. That is their child. That's a legal fiction. It's not actually a flesh and blood human being on that birth certificate.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree.
Okay, only...
That's like saying the Secretary of State that issued my kid's driver's license did it illegally.
Absolutely. She absolutely did it illegally because she's not a bar attorney. Now bar attorneys can use the legal names in the birth certificates because they're of the legal realm. That's their creation.
Well, let me explain to them what you're saying, but I have a feeling you're not going to find anyone talking to you.
Why would that be?
Huh?
Why would that be?
Because you're not giving a name. I mean, you can't tell me you fill out a job application and won't put a name down.
Well, I tell you what.
You don't work.
No, absolutely, I cannot do that. I don't break the law. You see.
So you don't fill out job applications. You don't get state aid or anything.
Well, of course.
Put a name.
Of course not. That would be illegal.
You don't sign a check. You don't have a bank account.
Correct. That would be illegal.
And you've never worked a day in your life.
Sure, I work. Legality is not reality. I live in the real world, not the legal one. I'm not an attorney. See, I can't be involved in legal things.
But then you shouldn't get a paycheck, though.
Only attorneys can get legal paychecks. Otherwise, you're committing fraud. You're using a legal birth certificate.
Get cash under the table.
What I'm telling you is if you use under what table? I'm not. If you're not an attorney and you get a check, you're committing fraud. You're using the attorney's birth certificate they created in order to make money. That's copyright infringement and it's unjust enrichment.
This is Eric Goldstein.
Hey, Eric.
The attorney.
Hey, Eric.
Hi. What can I do for you?
I'm sorry I interrupted you. You said something about an attorney.
I am an assistant city attorney for the city of Livonia. I was just telling you who I was.
I got you. Okay. So what I wanted to talk to you about is there's a head clerk using the legal name of Monica Pollard. Are you familiar with that individual?
Monica Pollard at the city of Livonia?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So she's not an attorney. At least she told me that she's not an attorney. Yet she is using the legal name of Monica Pollard. And I would like to know if she has been granted written permission to use the legal device known as a birth certificate.
Whose birth certificate?
Well, the birth certificate belongs to Vital Records.
Who am I talking with?
What she's doing is she's using a copy of a legal document, and what I want to know is have you given her?
I don't understand what you're asking. I'm trying to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Are you questioning if the person identifying themselves as Monica Pollard is actually Monica Pollard?
Well, we know she's not actually Monica Pollard because someone can't be a name, right? She's a living being using the name Monica Pollard, right?
Okay, a name is an identifier, a label that we put on people so that we can refer to each other. And she is representing to you that she is a person bearing that name. Are you challenging the validity of her statement that that is her name?
Yes, I am. And the reason I'm...
And what is your basis for doing that?
Yes, the basis is one in legality. It's illegal to use a legal name or birth certificate unless one has legal authorization to do so. She's not a bar attorney. She doesn't have the privilege of using bar attorneys' creations, which include birth certificates and the legal names thereon.
Lawyers don't generate birth certificates. They
Who
don't
does?
create them.
Who does?
They are generated by an application submitted to county clerks by parents when a baby is born. And the parents affirm that this is the name they are giving to the baby, and they provide that form to the county, and the county says, okay, this is that person's name. The end. There's no copyright involved. There's no lawyers involved.
So then the birth certificate's not a legal document.
I don't know what a legal document is.
It's anything that's registered with a legal corporation, such as Vital Records.
We don't have to file our birth certificates with the Corporate Records Bureau in Lansing. What we do is we get a birth certificate prepared and issued by the county, and we submit that to the county in the method I initially provided to you. So in that sense, it is a legal record, and it does not need to be prepared by a lawyer.
Yes, but it's a legal record, and unless one has a bar card, they cannot deal in legal things. Otherwise, they'd be practicing law without a license.
But a person is allowed to represent themselves.
Well,
they need to be a lawyer to represent themselves. What are we talking about here? We have an individual who is representing to you that this is their name.
How would I represent myself, sir? How do I represent myself when I'm present already?
I meant represent yourself in a court of law. You're the one who brought it up because you said you can't represent, you can't engage in the unauthorized practice of law. But a person does not have to be a lawyer to act on their own behalf.
Yeah, I do.
You have to be a lawyer to represent someone else.
Correct.
You don't have to be a lawyer to represent yourself.
In order to go into court, the first thing they're going to ask is for a legal name. Now, without a legal name, the court can't see that individual, that living being. Courts only deal with legal fictions like the one found at the child's name on the birth certificate.
What can I do for you, sir? I have work to do.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to tell you is there's a copyright holder on the birth certificate. It's called the Crown Copyright Corporation, and that's a fact. No, that's a legal fact.
There is no copyright attached to a birth certificate.
All legal things are copyright protected. Yeah, Michigan Code is copyrighted. Everything created of a legal nature has a copyright on it. You know that. All legal works are just works of fiction, and they have a copyright.
You're stating another thing that is completely false.
What's that?
Unless you have a specific request of me, I think I need to end the call and go back to work.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you the truth, that Monica Pollard is not a bar attorney, and she's using a legal name illegally.
Thank you. I appreciate that information. I will do absolutely nothing with it.
Everything she's doing is fraudulent.
Report that to whomever you want.
Everything she's doing is fraudulent.
I think people get to have names without being lawyers.
LoseTheName.com. Try that.
What's your name?
The one that I used to use turned out to be a legal name, so I have no legal authority, and Vital Records will not give me written permission.
If you have no name, then I am not talking to you any longer.
Well, why not? Why not?